Përshëndetje, mirë se keni ardhur në episodin e ri të mikrofonit podcast. Sot është epizodi i parë që do të mbledërohet në gjuhën angleze, sepse sot këtu me mua e kam profesorin e inxhinierisë nukleare, profesorin Massimo Rogante. Profesori Massimo Rogante është prej Italisë dhe vjen këtu për shkak të një projekti të Erasmusit. Welcome. I introduced you in Albanian. I talked about how you are a professor in nuclear engineering, etc. Welcome. How is Skopje so far for you?
Skopje is a wonderful city. This is the second time. I was last time 6 years ago attending a conference related to a European project related to regenerative cardiology and neurology.
Okay, so thank you for liking our city. The first question for you is your journey. What made you choose engineering as a career and how did you get into nuclear research?
I was born in a family, an industrial family. My grandfather, the father of my mother, had the most important cast iron foundry in the Adriatic coast, Italian coast. And then, so when I was young, also a child, I was going around every department, any department of this cast iron foundry. And then I developed an industrial view about things and engineering and so on. And so I was choosing engineering because I liked very much the topic of engineering. Nuclear, because it is very much related with the energy, but not only with energy, but also with material science. So my PhD was in nuclear engineering because I developed industrial application of neutron techniques as a pioneer.
Okay. The second question is neutron science. What are neutron techniques and how do they help in real life?
Neutron techniques are very important because they are complementary to the other techniques which is usually you find in university, in the laboratories and so on. To have neutrons, you need a nuclear reactor, so this is very important. It involves a huge amount of capital to have it. So I frequented different neutron sources in the world, and I am, for instance, the Italian member of the International Scientific Advisory Committee of the Budapest Research Reactor, similarly also in the Czech Republic and so on. And neutron techniques allow us to characterize in a wonderful way materials and parts belonging to different fields, different industrial fields. Also in medicine, for instance, and also in the cultural heritage, giving us key information which cannot be obtained by using other techniques.
Okay. You've studied ancient artifacts using science. What's the most interesting you've found?
One of the most important results of my activities in characterizing cultural heritage objects was related to the archaeological artifacts of the archaeological superintendents of the Marche region. So I discovered, or I helped archaeologists by using my results, understanding that such objects belong to the Picenan civilization and not to other kind of civilization. So it was an important result because it changed the history or the knowledge of history of the Marche region or the Picenan region.
You work in renewable energy and environmental science. What can young people do to help the planet? What's something that we can do concretely to do so we can actually help the planet? What's the first step?
Last year, I was president of an important company, public company in Italy dealing with waste management. So I was very much focusing on this subject, especially given my contributions. I can say that young people can help the planet by adopting sustainable lifestyles, of course, and they should teach these lifestyles also to the older people, which are used to adopt other kind of lifestyles, of course, and reducing waste, supporting renewable energy, so advocating for environmental policies, and spreading awareness about climate change, of course. Young people can also engage in community projects and innovate solutions for a greener future. And they should take into account not only the classical modern renewable energies, but nuclear. Nuclear for the future is very, very much important. The advanced nuclear fission and the nuclear fusion for the future.
Also, you have been working on huge European science projects. What's the most exciting part of working on them?
I cooperated in different EU projects related to different topics. I can mention two of them. One is the BioNECA project related to regenerative cardiology and neurology. Is was a cost project, and Professor Rustichelli will talk about it more in depth. And my contribution was to cooperate, especially with the University of Malta, in nano-characterizing samples of nitinol, the shape memory alloy. Nitinol material is the constitutive material, for instance, of some medical devices, for instance, for instance, stents for the arteries, that is. And such studies gave important additional information related to the behavior of these materials.
You created a method to help students learn better. Can you share some tips on how students can actually study easier?
Yes. I created such a method, which has been already published in 6 languages, and now Professor Maestro Ilya Nastovsky of Veles has produced the North Macedonian version that will be published. And I was in need to create this method because parallelly I was studying at the University of Mechanical Engineering in Ancona, and then I was studying music, piano practically. I am also a maestro of piano in the Conservatorio Musicale Gioacchino Rossini in Pesaro. So I was needing a method to fulfill my duties and to pass successfully my exam. So I created this method, which was used also by other people. The tips is that one should create, one should understand which is the material necessary, the books and other texts which are necessary to understand and to have the full knowledge of the matter. And then to resume them with a proper language, with his own language, and then study the resume. And the lifestyle is also involved, how to behave during the period in which you are students. But if you read the method, which has been also enriched by the contribution of a physician, Dr. Santelli, which describes the advantage in using my method, and then adding a suggestion for instance, for the food or the style of life of students. So the student will be very much happy of using it, as many students already succeeded.
Using your method, okay. You have collaborated with scientists worldwide. How important is teamwork in science?
It is important, the team, because synergy has different effects to make synergy with other scientists, because you can develop together with the others in synergy many ideas, and that make such ideas to be real, to concretize very fastly, unexpectedly, practically. So the team is very important. In creating a team, one should not be anyhow avoiding some people at the beginning, or choosing. No, we should be open to any cooperation, because we cannot know how this cooperation will develop in the future.
Is it easier for you to collaborate with Italian scientists?
Yes, of course, but also with other scientists. For instance, in Hungary, in Ukraine, I have a very good cooperation with Ukraine, for instance, also with Russia.
Okay. You have won many awards. Which one means the most to you, and why?
This is a very much difficult question for me, because I like very much these awards, because they recognize my enthusiasm for science, for life, for music. First of all, I should say that I am here because I am an honorary president of the Academy Liszt Music Art. It makes me very happy, this, because Liszt is my favorite musician. And so when at the exam, for instance, of the 10th year, the final exam of my conservatory, I was playing a Liszt, for instance. I like very much music. Of course, I have other awards. For instance, one is the Marchigiano Man of the Year. It means the man of the Marche region of the year. It was awarded in the year 2019. I am very happy about this because I feel myself really Marchigiano, which means also Marche are in front of the Dalmatian coast. We have Adriatic culture, which is very much particular within the Mediterranean culture. I am happy to participate, to give my enthusiasm available for others.
Okay, turning science into innovation. How can young people turn their scientific ideas into real inventions?
They should, first of all, staying curious. Young people should be curious about everything. They should cooperate with mentors, learning about entrepreneurship and leveraging resources like incubators, funding opportunities, and teach platform to prototype and test their ideas, of course. But it is important that they protect their ideas in order to remain the owners of their ideas. That is.
Okay. The future of science. What new discoveries or technologies do you think will change the world in the next 10 years?
of course, first of all, artificial intelligence, which is not only in the next 10 years, but it now revolutioning now our life. It has started revolutioning, but we should pay attention because this artificial intelligence, by my opinion, has no moral. And so, human person will be always superior to the artificial intelligence because artificial intelligence has a lot of knowledge. Artificial intelligence can interact, can mix knowledge, can develop, and so on. But the conscience, the moral that we have inside, that God gave us, God never gave to the artificial intelligence. This is one. Of course, the revolution in the next 10 years. One is the biotechnology and medicine, for instance, contrasting senescence. Now I am a partner in a very interesting project of which Professor Rustichello we will talk to you about, senescence 2030. It is interesting because we are studying senescence, the effect and so on, the pathologies, the diseases related to senescence in order to treat them. Quantum computing we have also, and likely to drive significant global change, of course. And so all this thing will transform industries ranging, for instance, from healthcare, as I already told, to, for instance, transportation.
Okay, so we are at the end of this episode. I have another question for you. What's the one thing advice you give to the youth? To the youth, young people.
Young people. To the young people, go on. You should have enthusiasm always and introduce yourself to the important people and to the less important people. Don't be afraid to introduce you. If you are motivated and if you are honest with yourself and with the others, this is the key. This is and will be the key of your success.
Thank you, Professor, very much. Thank you for being on this episode. Faleminderit që qëndruat deri në fund të këtij epizodi. Shihemi në episode tjera. Faleminderit.